Good morning. Welcome to episode 8 of series 4 in For Automatic Mouth. We're talking today about embracing change. Again, on the surface, it sounds like a pretty boring subject, one that's been just rehashed by every, life coach and fitness and wellness person out there and counselor and God knows who else, right? All worthy people, by the way. However, I wanted to throw my bit in the ring there about embracing change as part of the Ganbatte series. So let's first then talk about comfort zones. Now, how many of you are sitting on a really comfy couch? Or perhaps your couch, yes, it's comfy, and it's getting really old. The thing about old couches is they've got your ass print in them. You know where every lump and bump is and every spring or every piece of wood that shouldn't be there. You know exactly how to sit or lay on that couch so that it's the most comfortable for you. You've become accustomed to the way that that couch supports you. That is a great metaphor for a comfort zone. There are parts of your life or maybe your entire life that has become like that couch that supports you so well. You know the bumps in the road. You know what to expect. You like the certainty. And now here's the thing. We all like certainty. I believe we have different degrees of certainty that we are comfortable with. And you'll come across people who perhaps prefer more uncertainty. And that may leave you thinking, how the hell do they get through the day? Freaking me out. So there's different levels of certainty and uncertainty that an individual will want or need in their life. So the bottom line with that is that we all need and want a certain level of certainty in our life. Okay. It's why insurance companies make so much money. When you think about insurance, whether it's life, car, house, whatever, insurance companies make a shit ton of money. It's because they aim at the pain of uncertainty. They highlight and prick at your what if. And so when we start to ruminate on the what if, that's uncertain, isn't it? What if that happens? And that's when fear can set in. And so if someone is offering us a solution that gives us certainty, I'll be okay if that happens because this is in place. Then we feel calm. So we've actually rewarded ourselves and we get out of that anxious kind of state, which sets us up to continue that type of behavior. The minute we become anxious and uncertain, we look for ways externally with which to become certain again. And that can lead to a lot of tabs, can't it? Can you imagine having so many sort of exit strategies that you could become actually overwhelmed and anxious just keeping all those in place? Having an exit strategy for everything that could possibly happen in your life. Wow, that's when you forget to live and you're back in survival mode. You're simply surviving when you think like that. So how does this all feed in to embracing change? That need for certainty, that need to have a billion exit strategies for every what if, that boils down to a lack of self-trust. It's a you problem. It's a me problem. It's internal. It's got nothing to do with the world. The world sucks at times and the world is brilliant at times. And the same things that make the world suck can affect everyone. COVID proved that, didn't it? It can affect everyone. So where we can direct our growth and our strength into is building our self-trust, building that growth mindset that allows you to trust in your abilities to face whatever is thrown at you. But here's the thing, isn't it? No one knows what lies ahead. None of us do. We can, forecast and presume and give our best guesses. The truth of the matter is, though, that none of us knows what lies ahead for us. So the difference is about the fear of that uncertainty. We can all fear it too. The difference is how we face that fear. What do we do with that fear? Some people face that fear of uncertainty and then construct their comfy couch, their comfort zone. The thing that makes those zones comfortable is the fact that everything within that comfort zone you've dealt with before. You know how to solve those problems. There's no new problems. Everything is certain. So that brings your anxiety down. Yep. You can feel the fear of uncertainty and trust yourself to take the step anyway. If you have a fixed mindset and you keep yourself caged in a comfort zone, what happens is you start to rot. Your trust erodes. It becomes narrow. Yeah. So you trust less and less and less, because the more that's uncertain, the less you trust it. So you narrow your field and your comfort zone to keep it within your control, within the things that you can trust. However, what I want to challenge you with is, instead of placing your trust externally, which narrows, place your trust internally, believing in yourself that no matter what happens externally, you've got this. Piece of cake, let's go. It doesn't mean that you're not scared. People who take risks are scared too. They don't know what lies ahead. The difference is they trust themselves to deal with whatever lies ahead. They'll take it on. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Because that's where growth is. And the beautiful thing about fearing uncertainty and going forth into it anyway is that what it builds within you is adaptability. And that's a great strength to have and to model for other people and for your kids, etc. Capability, you learn what you're capable of. That's where your strength grows, because if you take those risks, even though you're uncertain, and you think, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway, and you survive it, you're able to look back on all those moments that, yeah, I took a lot of, left turns when maybe I should have turned right. Look at all the things I learned, though. Look at all the people I've met. Look at the experience I've had. And you learn that you can survive and thrive no matter what's thrown at you. That's personal strength. And what does that lead to? Confidence. People who stay in their comfort zone, that's a false confidence, because they are, and often that's where also you can feel that imposter syndrome. You can feel that right on that precipice of your comfort zone, because you have this false confidence of, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, you do, because you're in your comfort zone. What you don't know is what's on the other side. And that scares you. And so you end up in this kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can feel stuck. And you can feel like an imposter. That's another story, though. We can get into that another time. So your confidence will build, true self-confidence will build when you step out of your comfort zones and take some risks. Do some things that make you feel silly. Risk looking like a knob. Risk getting your heart broken. Risk losing your job. In a bad way. I'm not suggesting you go and do something cray-cray. Things like, if you've got a passion that you really want to do, pursue the passion. Sure, keep your 9 to 5, keep the money coming in, because there's your bit of certainty that you still need. Take on something uncertain on the side, something that drives you, that builds your confidence, builds your resilience, your capability, your adaptability. Get out of your comfort zone, expand rather than narrowing your trust. Expand your trust within yourself, that no matter where you go, what you do, you will handle whatever life throws at you. Then you don't become so scared of the external world, because there's plenty of things to be scared of in the external world, isn't there? Lots of uncertainty, because everyone has their own mind and their own beliefs and they're doing their own thing, and you can't control any of that. So focus on pointing your energy on what you can control, which is your actions, your emotions, your thoughts, and all of those things add up to self-trust. The only way you can build that self-trust is by taking chances on yourself and seeing what you're capable of. So something that I'd heard said, I don't know whose quote it is, apologies, feel free to look it up. However, it stuck with me and I really like it. The quote says something along the lines of, I'd rather regret something I did than something I didn't do. And that really sticks with me, because when you do something, even if it goes pear-shaped, you can choose to take a lesson from it. You can choose to look for the lining around it. Not everything we do is going to turn out the way we think it will. And sometimes we fall flat on our face. However, what can you take from it? What will add to your experience? What can you pivot? What can you change? What can you do again? All those sorts of things come from lived experience. However, if you're sitting there saying, wish I had done that, or I wish I had gone there, or I wish I had spoken to, I wish I had, you can't change those things. They're done. It's over. So take the chance, do the thing, and then learn from that experience. Let it enrich you rather than cage you, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. I trust this was helpful in some way. Take what you want, leave what you don't. I don't know if you like my background, Vincent van Gogh. I'm playing around with some freebie downloads. We'll see how this goes. And I will catch you guys next week. I'm going to be talking about the power of balance. Balance is bullshit, let's be honest. So let's see what we can do with that. I look forward to talking to you then. Take care.